We're back, Philadelphia Eagles fans, with a brand new video talking about your Philadelphia Eagles. In today's video, we're going to do 3 bold predictions for the 2024-2025 NFL season for your Philadelphia Eagles. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Let's get into it. Our first bold prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2024 is Saquon Barkley is going to rush for 1,200 yards. That's right. I'm saying 1,200 yards. 245 carries at 5 yards per clip is 1,225 yards. DeAndre Swift averaged 4.6 yards per carry. And let's be honest, Saquon Barkley is just a better, stronger, more physical runner than DeAndre Swift is. If Swift can average 4.6, there's no doubt in my mind that Saquon Barkley has the ability to rush for 5 yards a carry, getting him around 245 carries for the season. That will put him over 1,200 yards. I mean, have you guys seen the videos of Saquon Barkley squatting and Jalen Hurts just watching? This dude's thighs are ridiculous. Talking about a man's thighs is insane to me. But when you see him do squats, if you ever played football and was in a weight room, to see him at that size doing those squats is absolutely insane. All right, Bird Gang, here is my second bold prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles season. And that's they're going to win 12 games and win the division. 12-5 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think there could be a little bit of a struggle in the beginning of the year. We have a new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, a new defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, and a completely new 3-4 scheme. Usually when you bring in new coaches, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, and the Eagles have a pretty hard schedule the first 5 games in the first 6 weeks. It sucks the bye is week 5 as well. The Packers, Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, and Cleveland are all potential playoff teams. The Saints are probably the worst of that bunch, but we're playing in the Dome in New Orleans, playing at Tampa Bay. Very, very tough games to open up the year. If they started the season, 3-3 or 4-2, I would not be surprised at all whatsoever. Their last travel week is week 12 when they fly to LA. And then they fly back to the East Coast to play Baltimore on the road. Then they're home the next 2 weeks, a short little bus ride to Washington, and then they're home again against Dallas and New York. Those games are all winnable. Carolina, Pittsburgh, Washington, Dallas, and New York, all very winnable games. Pretty much all home games because that Washington game is on the road, but it's going to be all Eagles fans at that stadium 100%, especially at this point in the NFL year. My second bold prediction for the 2024-2025 NFL season for the Birds is they go 12-5. All right, Philadelphia Eagles fans, here's my third and final bold prediction for the 2024-2025 NFL season. It breaks my heart to say this to Eagles fans, but I think Lane Johnson is going to retire after this season. Lane Johnson will play this season at 34. If we look at his games over the last 5 years, in 2020, he only played 7 games. In 2021, he only played 13 games. Lane Johnson has been in the NFL for 10 years. The last 2 years, we got pretty lucky. He's played pretty much all the games the past 2 seasons, but he's been dinged up, banged up, questionable a lot of weeks, playing through injuries. How much longer is Lane Johnson going to put his body through this kind of punishment? I just think, this year, his 34 year, and then after 35, we're going to see that decline in play a little bit. Does he want to go down that road of Jason Peters where you're just like, every year you get worse and worse and worse? For some reason, I just don't see that happening. That's why I think Lane Johnson will definitely consider retiring after this year, and I predict that he will ultimately retire before the season starts of the following year. Lane Johnson has been a mainstay in Philadelphia for a decade now. He's one of my favorite players of all time. one of the best right tackles in the NFL the past 25, 30 years, and it's not even close. All right, guys, that wraps up my 3 bold predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon's going to rush for over 1,200 yards. The Eagles are going to win 12 games, and this year will be the last year for Lane Johnson. He will retire at the end of this season. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like my bold predictions? Do you think any of them or none of them are going to happen? Am I a genius? Am I an absolute dipshit? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.